Welcome to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. This is step number 14 along the path. I'm Bill Sklodowski. Today we'll talk about an idea I call spiritual wanderlust.
I'm Vicki Wagoner, and we'll also talk about unsettling energies.
Now, let's get started on the path for today. Hello and welcome. This is step number 14 along the Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. I'm Bill Sklodowski, along with my co-host, Vicki Wagoner. Good morning. As well as we record this, I'll say good morning to you. Good morning, Miss Vicki. How are you?
Good, Mr. Bill. How are you?
Good. Of course, people can listen to this at any time, so I should get out of the habit of saying good morning, because you might be listening to this in the middle of the night somewhere, and that would be weird, but good for you. So we've been talking about the change of seasons and stuff. Of course, people listen to this at different times, but as we record this, it's definitely taken a turn for the cooler here and all. So all good. And lots and lots to talk about this week. I know we had a good discussion last week and we got started down a couple of little rabbit holes. I've taken out the industrial grade, giant sized backhoe scoop, and I have started to dig some rabbit holes that are big enough to run a train through. So,
oh my gosh,
I know. I want to get into that, and we will in just a minute. But I thought I'd check in with you first and see how it's going. And we were just kind of talking a little bit before we started recording about the crazy energies of the world and how it's almost unbearable sometimes.
It is. It really is. Oh my gosh. It's been wild.
Yes. Yeah.
Really
and
wild.
Of course, depending on when you are listening to this, we can't, we don't want to, make any specific references to anything going on in the world. And yet it seems as though, it's just crazy. It is. It really is. And is that for people, and I don't want to, I don't want to put us in a specific category or a certain, I don't know. I don't want to be whatever the term is. It's almost kind of like being, never mind. I had an idea there, but it sounded too crazy. So people who feel things, how's that?
Yes.
Sensitive people.
Yep.
It can be a little overwhelming sometimes. And
it is very overwhelming.
And so I know, and I'm not on the same level of that as some people that I know, and I include you, of course, as one of those very sensitive, one of those people who really notices what's going on with the energies of people around them, the community around them, the world around them.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel? I mean, how does that feel on a day-to-day basis?
It's very challenging, because I'll be going along and all of a sudden I get this almost like chills running through me. I can feel my body tensing up. I get confused, and I have to just, take a breath and go, okay, just, let it run through. It's going to be okay. But it's tough, because I could just be, making coffee or talking on the phone, and all of a sudden, just out of the blue, I feel these things, and it's like, what is going on? And even though I'm in a good space, I'm feeling everybody else's energies that are coming at me. And it's like, and sometimes it's like actual chills will run through me. So I never know what's going to come, and it just comes out of the blue, and there's nothing that I see or sense or think about, to create this. So it's the energies all around me. And it's been a tough time. We're going through a lot of changes right now, and, all, through the government and just environmentally, and of course, this changings of the season. And so it's difficult being me sometimes.
It's not easy being green, as Kermit the Frog used to say.
Yes, and
what I've got a few questions on that, and some might be answerable, some might not. But where does that come from? Is that just you feeling, if I were Obi-Wan Kenobi, I would say a disturbance in the Force? Is that
Yes,
what that is? Is that just
yes,
the general kind of energies of the world and the community that you're
yeah,
in and all that?
yeah. That's what I feel it is. I just feel there's so much, everything is so unsettled right now.
Right,
And what direction it's going to go, and the fears, and the questions, and the anger that's in there, and the confusion. It just, I don't know. It's a blessing and a curse.
right,
I guess I should
right.
say. And I never know when it's going to come. And like I said, I'll just be doing something, and all of a sudden I get this feeling, and I just stand there with it, and I just go, okay, I'm just going to feel it. I'm going to release it into the earth and get myself, back together.
Hmm.
I don't know how else to explain it. It's a strange phenomena of just when it happens, and I have
Right,
no control over it, and I don't know that it's coming until it's there.
right, right. Well, yeah, no, I wasn't looking for a, can you predict it kind of thing, but it's kind of like, what is it? Just the feeling of it. That's all. I mean, and
Yeah.
I'm sure, no, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that for a lot of people, they have that unsettled feeling
Yeah.
sometimes.
Hmm.
I do remember being in a class in a meditation group
Hmm.
once.
Yeah.
And when somebody mentioned a similar thing to what we are talking about now, it's like, oh, I just have this feeling of something coming over me or whatever.
Right.
And the instructor asked that person and then kind of gave us a little bit of guidance for everybody
Hmm.
to, when that sort of thing happens, it's useful or helpful to ask, okay, is this for me? Is this for me to know something, or is it just something happening around me? Is it
Hmm.
something for somebody I'm with, where I can turn to the person next to me and go, oh, here's a message for you, or, something like that. So
Right. Yeah.
it's
And
it's kind of, you have to know, well, not know, but it's helpful to know that it may just, like I said, this isn't for me specifically. you know
hmm.
I'll be lying in bed, or I'll, in a dream or in a meditation or something like that, and something will come through to me and I'll go, oh, that's a good message, that's a good little download of information there, to use the computer term, and that's for me. I recognize that I've asked for help, I've asked
Right.
for guidance on a specific question or
Hmm.
challenge in my life. Something's come to me. Cool, thank you very much,
Oh,
universe.
yeah.
Message received.
Yes.
That's one way of doing it. The other
Yes.
way, of course,
Absolutely.
is just that feeling like I just got run over by a truck and I don't know if it was intended for me specifically, so now it's I think, I feel like it would be helpful to ask that question, and maybe that helps you get through it.
Right. Yeah. Lately, it's been more almost like just being hit by a Mack truck. And it's like
Mhm.
I'm just standing here, and what is going on? And like yesterday, my friend and I, we went out and rode around the mountains, and just looking at the mountains, usually I feel very, peaceful and very grounded.
Right.
I several times as we were traveling, I just got these waves of feelings, and of course, Kelly was driving, and I just had to sit there with it and go, okay, I'm just going to let it pass. So
Mhm.
I'm not sure, because sometimes I should say, sometimes I do get messages like that. Well, I'll know exactly who it's for,
Right.
or why it's going on. Yesterday, it just 3, 4 times, it just hit me so fast that at one point I had to stand still and close my eyes to get myself grounded. It was such a strong surge. And honestly, I had no idea who it was for, what it was for, what it was about,
Right.
which was very interesting. Because usually when I'm out in nature, I feel very calm, I'll feel very peaceful, I feel very grounded. Yesterday was a little bit rocky.
And are you curious? Do you ask? Do you ask for more information? Well, not really, right? I mean, it's just you're just feeling the general whatever.
Yeah, I think I'm just feeling the general, I don't know what word to call it, disruption,
That's a good word.
confusion,
That's a good
you
word.
know, unsettled. It's like an
Right.
unsettled feeling. And yesterday, one of them almost made me nauseous.
Hmm.
I was that close to being, oh my God, this, this could be
Right.
more. And so that really took me by surprise that it was that strong.
So to expand this a little bit to our listeners and to our, who might also have similar experiences,
Mhm.
I guess the message from us is you're not losing your mind. You're
No,
not
no.
going crazy, but you are, for better or worse, congratulations, you are a little more sensitive than
Yes.
most to what's
Mhm.
going on around you in the world, or maybe even just in your family.
Mhm.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
right.
And you might be feeling things that other people around you are not. And so what's our takeaway on that? What's our coaching on that is just be okay with it. I mean, not okay. It doesn't feel good when it's happening, but recognize, okay, this isn't me personally going through some crisis.
No, yeah, because but I guess if the energy feels that comfortable that I can handle it and I can process it and I can release it, then I'm thankful, for that gift that maybe I'm taking it off other people's because I know how to, let it go.
Right.
Even though it can be sometimes uncomfortable, but sometimes it's fun, when I get this message and it's like, oh, I know exactly who that's for.
Okay.
So I
Right.
just accept it as this is who I am.
Right.
And this is what I'm supposed to do because if the universe feels that I'm a conduit for what they need to, help other people, then I accept that and I, appreciate that they feel that I'm competent enough and qualified enough to be able to take some of that pressure off of other
Right.
people.
Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show. One of those thanks for nothing kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
that. A little
Appreciate that.
milder.
Great. Wow.
I think
Woo.
would be a little better.
Next time, maybe you could just send an email,
Yeah.
or a
Just send me
text
a note
message.
or text me.
Right. All right. So I guess our bottom line with this is just that if you're feeling the craziness of the
Yeah.
world out there,
Yeah. That's
uh,
it.
congratulations, you're not alone.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's probably, in fact, it's almost certainly not you personally going, like I said, going through some bad vibes. Yes, you're feeling them, but it's not about you personally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that might be a help to some people to say, I don't know. Is there something wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong with you. You
No.
are just a sensitive person who is feeling this sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
all right. So cool.
So, so a good way to handle it is just stand there and just, feel it going through. Ask the earth to just absorb it. Thank the earth for absorbing it, and then keep moving forward.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for you, apparently today is one of my movie quote days. I didn't know that it was going to
Okay.
be that way. I've already quoted Han Solo and a couple of others, but of course, then there's the very, very, very famous scene in Dune where the young Paul Atreides has that moment where he says, I will let the fear pass through me, and I will, let it go past. And when it is past, I shall turn and look and watch it as it leaves me, kind of a thing. So yes, there's a little bit of that in everything. I know somebody told me once I should have been a movie producer. I'm like, yeah, no, I know a good line when I hear it, but I'm not so sure I would come up with one, but maybe, who knows? For me, it's more of a dream thing. And we talked, I know, a lot last week about dreams because I had some crazy ones.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I had one more interesting one just the other night where I was in
Oh,
a
wow.
car with a few people. And I feel like, and I'm never 100% sure because the people that I think, like, I'll see somebody in a dream and I'll go, oh, that's my father. It doesn't look like my father. It doesn't sound like but I recognize, and I've done
Yeah.
that with my brother who is on the other side. All my family on the other side, father,
Yes.
brother, mother, whatever. So I
Yeah.
had a dream last night where my father, a person I recognized as my father, was driving a car with several people, including myself, in it. We were going
Mhm.
through a neighborhood looking at houses either for sale or garage sales or something like that. And my father had this harebrained idea that it's like, oh, hang on a second. I want to get this guy's attention. And he literally drove the car into the side of his garage and broke the
Okay.
house. Yeah, I know. And I'm like, Dad, why the hell did you do that? And my father hops out of the car and starts talking with the guy, with the homeowner. And I'm like, what the hell is that all about? Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I understand. And now that I'm saying it out loud, I've thought, oh, he wanted to get the guy's attention. Maybe somebody's trying to get my attention for something. That's
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah.
So again, and if you've heard me talk about my dreams on this podcast, you know that for the most part, for Bill, for me, a dream for me is literally just a few seconds of a something happening, of a scene, of a few lines of conversation, very little. Sometimes they'll go longer. Those are the interesting ones, but they don't happen
Yes.
very often. So this one was just a short little something.
Mm.
And I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there because I feel it's more of that confused, crazy, scattered energy that's out and around in the world today. I don't know. It
Wow.
might be. What do I know? So
Well, that's interesting. So
I know.
if you see it like I'm because the feeling I got is yes, I know it was like a garage, you said, right?
Mhm.
Okay. That's like hitting the wall.
Exactly.
So
It was
what?
like it. I mean, we didn't run into the
Yeah.
garage door. We ran into the side,
The
like where the
side.
garage goes up and down. There's the posts, the big piece of the
Yes.
house on the side. And I'm
Yes.
making, I'm holding my hands up trying to demonstrate. And of course, nobody's seeing what I'm saying. But a normal suburban house with a garage,
Right.
2-car garage out front,
Right.
has the posts on the side of it, and that's what we ran into. And I jumped out of the car and I could see where there was a big crack in the wall, and it was crazy, crazy. So
So by making a big crack in the wall,
yeah.
breaking something down so that you can look in and see what's behind there. So is there something going on in your life that it's right there in front of you, but you don't want to see it? So here we go. Let's get dramatic and get your attention. It got your attention, didn't it?
And wow, what a great transition, because we've arrived at that part where we want to start talking about what I had planned on talking about all along, which is that whole thing we did last week about this feeling of I really should be doing something with my damn life, and I really don't feel like doing a damn thing with my damn life. How many times can I curse in one line? But that was the point.
No,
And
that's the
you and I
point.
have
Yeah.
chatted about this offline, I mean, just text message now and then about this feeling of I just don't feel like doing anything. I
Is
have
that
zero,
okay?
right,
It's
zero
okay.
motivation, zero.
Well, I think that goes along with all the energies that's out there
I,
right now.
I think so. I do. I
And
think so.
so maybe being kind with ourselves, because, we've talked about this, I kind of hit this wall, with losing, the building that burned down that I was with. And I've just been in this lull of, I can't get motivated. Kind of blasé sometimes. So I wonder if we just need to be kind with ourselves and go, you know what, let's just cut ourselves a break.
Mm-hmm.
Just do little things, okay, so it got
Right.
your attention. So what
Right.
little thing can you do to, keep moving forward to get that motivation? And I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you and the people out
Right.
there,
Right. And in case you haven't noticed, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, we love you. Thank you for being with us. But a lot of this conversation is usually just Bill and Vicki talking about things that are going on in their lives. But then it applies to everybody has these moments where things are going on, and it's like, oh yeah, maybe you can
Yeah.
get a little practical wisdom, hence the name of the show, a little practical stuff out of all of this. And I know that's our point. That's our whole point. That's our mission. Yes. In the past couple of weeks, the term that came to me, and I sat with it for a while. I really did. I sat out on my porch in the evening with a little notepad, paper, and yes, a very nice cigar, which I've been known to do once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Sit there and let things come to you. All right, what does this mean? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? How is this? I'm open to anything. Basically, when I do a meditation, and again, it can be sitting outside, with a cigar and a pencil and paper. I just basically tell the universe, the angels, whoever is listening, whatever you choose, if you believe in a specific God, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me because the information is out there in whatever form. And I will say, all right, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm interested, I have questions. Go ahead, let's, you got questions, we got answers. That was Radio Shack. Boy, I'm quoting everything today. The thing that came to me was a 2-word term, and it was spiritual wanderlust.
Oh,
Isn't
oh,
how's that grab you? Right?
I like that.
I do too.
Yeah.
I notice for myself,
Hmm.
I've been here where I live in my little man cave of an apartment, which I love dearly, in Gainesville, Florida. I've been here now 2.5 years, a little more
Oh,
than that.
wow. Has it been
Yeah,
that long?
I know
Wow.
it's been that long.
Wow.
I know. And already I'm thinking, I wonder where I'll end up next. I wonder what's next. I wonder where I'll go. I mean, if you haven't heard me talk about it much on this show or heard me elsewhere, I'm a single guy, no kids, no pets, no attachments, no drama, no baggage. My life is built that way, specifically and with intention to be as energetically and personally minimalist as it
Yeah.
can be. And I
Yeah.
love it that way. I love it that way. And you've heard me
That's
talk.
good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I know. And so, but a part of that, I think, is that occasionally that little thing will like start niggling at the back of my brain going, okay, what's next? Where to? What do we got now?
And
And so
you
I
have
came
the,
up with this spiritual wanderlust.
yeah. And you have that freedom to do that.
I
Pick
do.
up and go because, you work from home and
Right.
you're very good at what you do. You can do it anywhere.
Thank you.
And if you've got that feeling, then maybe it's your
Then you
soul.
can go. I know.
Go ahead. Go for it.
And I really sat with that for a while, and I'm like, is it a physical thing? Is it? And it's okay if it is. I mean, I feel it is. Is it okay? Like it's a real live physical location thing. Okay, I was in Southwest Florida for a long time. I was in Texas for a little while. Here I am in Gainesville now for a little while. And I just like is it, or does that feed something in me? Does that nourish something in me that it's like, I want to see different places. I want to,
Oh, yeah.
the world is a little crazy right now, so I don't really feel like the need to travel around the world, but I'm talking about actually where I'm living,
Hmm.
what I'm doing, where I'm living, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, like you said, I kind of had the feeling, yeah, that would be okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people, some people do that. Some people live in different places. Some people live out of the back of an RV for years at a time or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I don't think that's what I want to do, but I'm
No, I
open.
don't see you doing that.
Yeah, no, but I am open to just about any possibility in terms of going places and experiencing different communities and
Mhm.
people and different nature in different places, all that sort of thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that the whole idea of spiritual wanderlust
Hmm.
led to led to a couple of books. One of them I spent real money for on Amazon on my Kindle, so I downloaded it, and it turned out to be not what I was really
Oh,
looking for. It was more of a come back to God kind of a thing, and I'm like, thanks, but not what I'm feeling,
right.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I'm not saying that my spiritual life or whatever is rock solid or absolutely set in stone or whatever. I'm always open to new learnings and stuff like that, but I think
Yeah.
that's not for me. Okay, fine, thank you. That led to several evenings of surfing YouTube videos and finding all kinds of people talking about all kinds of what was the other big term, and it's not mine. It was written actually in the Renaissance, I think, which is what has come to be known as the dark night of the soul. Have you heard that
Oh,
one?
oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a very it's used in a lot of different things, but
Uh-huh.
I again probably watched several hours of good YouTube videos, not just crazy cat videos, real people talking about real things.
Uh-huh.
And that, for those who don't know, is that I'm going to say it's more than a feeling. It's like it almost becomes a phase of life.
Yeah.
Kind of like a maturing, of growing, of whatever. But there's this period, what they call the dark night of the soul, where it's like your whole world is falling apart. Not
Mhm.
physically, not, my life is fine. I have my little,
Yeah.
like I said, my little man cave of an apartment. I love it. I have the work that I do. That's all good. It's an internal spiritual
Hmm.
thing. I want a better word, but I haven't, it'll come to me in a minute, where it's like, okay, all that old stuff that I've been through in the past, all good, thank you. And
Yep.
yet now we're ready for something different, but we're in that in between phase. We're in that dark night where it's like, I've done is behind me. What I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to do is ahead of me, but I have no freaking clue what it is that is coming for me in the future. And I think it causes what I'm going through right now, which is kind of just that general overall, to use the fancy word, malaise of,
Oh.
yeah, I know, of, I just don't give a damn. I'm not motivated. I don't know
Mhm.
what's next. I have a feeling that it might be a physical thing, a moving thing, a new location or
Yep.
whatever. And yet at the same time, I also recognize, as they say, in the fairy tales, wherever you go, there you are.
Yes. Oh,
So
yes.
I could move to Alaska. I know you'd like that. I
Oh.
I could move to somewhere crazy, and I'm still taking me with me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so all the things that I am going through, I am still going to be going through no matter where I'm at.
Yes.
So I've been talking a hell of a lot, and I apologize, but
Oh, that's fine.
I I think I've at least identified for
Yeah.
me what's going on. I
Yes.
I think I feel, um,
Hmm.
and that feeling of uncertainty, confusion, transition,
Yeah.
whatever is it's like you were talking, like we were talking at the beginning of the show, that feeling of like energy coming to you and you're like, what do I do with this? Where do
Yes.
I, I had a
Hmm.
friend who used to, in spiritual or life situations used to say, where do I put that?
Yeah, yeah. It's like,
Where
whoa.
do I put this? So that's where I'm at with that. And
Yes.
I don't yet have an answer. I'm not sure there is an answer. I think, like you said, with the energies of the universe coming to you, I think it might just be a matter of being with it,
Yes. Hmm.
which is one of those fancy, almost, like meaningful yet not meaningful terms that
Well,
spiritual people throw around a lot. I'll just one more quote and I will say, I want to hear everything that you have to add to this. The best thing you can say and the worst thing you can say about any experience in life, it is what it is. Oh, thanks. That's how meaningful and meaningless is that at the same time. It is what it is. So
it's a fact. It
it
is
is
what
a
it
fact. It is a fact.
is.
It is
Simply a
what it,
fact.
yes.
Yeah. And just embrace it. Okay, well, this is what I got right now.
Right.
And then get creative, like maybe look through magazines or get in the car and drive around or, meditate on it
Right.
or do it's okay that you having this feeling of, well, maybe there's something else, that wanderlust, that
Right.
spiritual wanderlust, which I wrote
Right.
down. Uh,
Thank you. I
because,
appreciate that.
and sometimes we do the same thing over and over and over again, and it gets boring. And it's like
Right.
there's got to be something more out there.
Right.
So that's your adventurous self. That's your, wondering self. That's your, maybe there's something else, out there and just got to take that step, and move forward and just go for it and see what happens,
See
and
what happens.
especially, like for you, you're
Right.
single and you've got a nice apartment, you've got a great place, you work from home, which is wonderful. So your work is always with you.
Right.
So if you're feeling that urge, maybe take a mini vacation somewhere,
I like that. Yeah, I do.
just go,
I
well,
like.
how does this feel? You
Right.
know, because I
Right.
think sometimes, life after a while gets kind of stale because it's sometimes, day after day after day, we're doing the same thing. And it's like, wait a minute, I got to break out of this, I got to do something different. That's,
Right.
taking that ride in the country or, going through the woods or, just going, out to dinner at a different place, just something different to shake things up. Because I think sometimes we get in that same mode of doing the same thing over and over and over again. There's a phrase, and I can't think of it right now. It's something about, doing the same thing,
Oh, Einstein said that.
Yeah,
Einstein
yeah,
said the definition of insanity is
yes,
doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
that's it. That's
Yes.
it. And I think we get into that habit of we do the same thing over and over again, yet part of us, the kid part of us, it's the kids are always looking for, something different, something interesting, or what's new. And I'm wondering if maybe that's our inner child saying something, you've done the same thing for 57 years. Well, for me, 71 years, why don't you try something different? What the heck?
Right.
And I
Right.
really think sometimes we got to go, what the heck? Let's just go for it. And see what happens.
Right. And so yes to all that. So often though, I think we have that feeling of, oh, but I have these responsibilities, I have this job, these kids, this house, these dogs, these cats, these whatever. I mean, there's
Right.
a lot to that. And I want to unpack all of that, but it is time for a break. So I'm going to go and refill my coffee, which is badly needed to fuel this whole process. And right. So hang in there and we will be right back. Welcome back. I'm Bill Sklodowski. That's Vicki Wagoner. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. And we have been trotting the path of yours truly's attempt to figure things out. And I want to, we just kind of started to get into the unpacking process. That's kind of the buzzword nowadays. Let's unpack.
Oh,
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
You hear that on like the news shows all the time. Some big event
Oh,
happens and they'll always ask some analyst to help them unpack things. And I'm like, what is this, like an Amazon warehouse? I don't know. So anyway, this spiritual wanderlust thing, this
yeah.
unsettled feeling thing, this lack of motivation for just about anything in life it's interesting. And if you were with us earlier, and I trust that you were, I found the term dark night of the soul.
Yeah.
And it's something that people have been talking about or writing about for about 1,000 years. I mean,
Yes.
literally, it goes back to some of
Oh,
the
yeah.
earliest mystics, and I don't want to say religious, but people of faith and people of,
Yeah.
thinking about these things and how the universe and they relate and all that.
Yes. Yeah.
And I feel that that I personally am at that point of transition of when I, just a little more Bill history there. When I came to Gainesville, I was leaving what had been a sort of rocky, Vicki might have a different word for it, a sort of semi-rocky relationship, long-term relationship that I had in
Mhm.
Southwest Florida. And I wanted to, and people and my friends who knew I was leaving that relationship, and I told them I was moving to Gainesville, they're like, Gainesville, why? And I'm like, good question. And at the time I thought to myself, it offered, where I'm going to is far enough away from where I used to live, where I used to work, where I used to have a relationship, far enough away that it offered the option of it offered the opportunity of room to rest,
Yes.
regroup, recharge, all those words.
Yes.
And it did. It's been great. Love it. And now it's been 2.5 years. And again, the wheels are starting to turn. And I'm like, is this a thing? Is this just the way I want to live my life? And if it is, can I be okay with it in terms of, or am I thinking to myself, well, gee, Bill, don't you want to find, my father always used to ask me that when I was in the radio business. My father always used to say, don't you ever just want to like find one job and stick with it? Because, my father was a guy who worked for one company for 40 years. He retired with a gold watch, the whole thing.
Yes.
So my lifestyle of working for radio and television stations where you would move every couple of years because radio station would change from this format to that, or ownership would change and fire it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was just the way I lived and I worked. And
Yeah.
I think that's carried over into my life now that I'm not working anymore. I mean, I work for myself, but I think I still have that mentality that it's like, I can go anywhere. I can live anywhere and do anything.
Yeah. What the heck? Why
What the
not?
heck? Cool. Great.
Really?
Now the only question is where and
Well,
why and whatever. So I think I want to be a little bit more. So just to finish the story, coming to Gainesville, moving here as I did,
mhm.
200 miles on the button from where I used to live. I mean, exactly 200
Yeah.
miles was far enough away that it was like, okay, we can breathe now. We can
Yeah.
relax. We can chill for a while. All right. 2 years of chilling is about enough. So now, and could I stay here? Sure.
Yeah.
East Town. I enjoy it. I have some friends. I play
Mhm.
pickleball twice a week. It's great. Is that what I want? I have no idea. I don't know. And
And
that's the
that's
weird part.
okay. That's
Thank
okay.
you. So tell me more about it being okay that I don't know what I want.
Well, that leaves you open to explore. And when you're
Right.
exploring, you have all these new adventures, new opportunities, new perspectives.
Right.
And you may go out and go, wow, this is nice, yet I want to come home to where
Right.
where you are. So
Right.
what would it be for you to say, okay, maybe I'm going to take a couple weeks, just get in the car, just, maybe get a map and close your eyes and, put your finger on the map, and wherever it lands, you go,
Right.
oh, okay, I'm going to go there. So
That's
because
kind of how I got here.
yeah, because you've got, the option of
Right,
doing whatever you want.
right,
You're single, you have no kids, you have no pets, your job, you work
right.
remote wherever you
Very,
go,
very, very, very low baggage. Very,
very low baggage.
airlines love me. I have no baggage.
And so the universe loves you. And if that's your feeling,
Right,
young enough, go do it.
right.
How many people get up to, their 70s, their 80s, their 90s and go, I wish.
Yes. And
And that's a
I,
biggie.
that's huge. Thank you for
Yes.
bringing that up. That
Yes.
I've seen that in various, again, video, I mean, most of my education nowadays comes from YouTube. I admit it,
Right.
but
That's okay.
it's okay. There's really good people doing
Yeah.
really good work there. Really, I mean, people
Absolutely.
with authentic letters after their names, PhDs and doctors and all. Anyway, long
Well,
story.
you can be that, yet look at all the wisdom that you have because of your passion. You love computers. I
Thank you.
mean, this
Yes.
well, before we even started here, you were on the computer listening to this old lady, excuse me, my French, but bitch and complain about it because you know how
All
much
right.
I love computers. Yet look, you got that. You can do that anywhere. I'm in
It's
Georgia. You're in Florida.
right, right,
Okay, you
right,
could be in Arizona and
right.
have somebody
Do
in,
it. Same
Maine.
thing.
It's the same thing. Yet you've got that freedom
Right.
to do what you want and still take care of yourself.
So I think, yes, thank you. So again, it comes back to the question of I do have the freedom to do whatever the heck I want. Well, what the heck do I want? And do I want, and I have thought of this. I have thought, do I want to find a place that I can, for lack of a better word, dig in a little bit and become a little bit more involved with a community or something like that. I mean, when I was in Southwest Florida, I taught community. I taught adult education classes for
Yes.
computers and pickleball and fun stuff like that. And I was in a couple of different, meditation groups and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Do I want that kind of connection or whatever in some place? Or am I okay to just, like I said, no, I'm not going to live out of the back of an RV. But that kind of thinking where it's like, okay, for the summer, I'm going to go up and live where I used to live up in Ohio or something like that. And just, take the summer off and go up there and then come back to my quote unquote home, wherever that might be
Right.
for the winter, or go visit somebody here for extended times. I love the idea of, and I did see one of the videos that I don't remember who it was or even the lessons learned, but he started out the video by saying, last year I traveled around the world and all I did was buy one-way tickets.
Oh,
I just love I mean, think of how that means he's not coming back to the place he left for. I'm going here. I'm going to stay here for a while. Then I'm going to go somewhere else. Then I'm going to go somewhere else. Then I'm going to go somewhere else. I love that thinking. I'm not sure it's for me. It's not for me around the world at this time, just craziness and money things and all of that. I get it.
right.
But yet the idea of doing that, I don't know, maybe I go, like I said, I was talking with some family folks, some family friends, family members in Ohio, and they were texting me after the storm. We had yet another, hurricane season down here. And it's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm, thinking of this Florida thing's a little crazy. And they're like, come back to Ohio. And I'm like, yeah, no, but,
No, I can't
but
see
I
you
could see myself, I mean,
sitting.
visiting
Yes.
extended time. I don't, rent a house for a few months or an apartment or an Airbnb or whatever. There's the options are unlimited.
Right.
So that's not the problem. The problem is not how to do it. You can do whatever the heck you put your mind to. The question
Sure.
is, what do I want? What do I want to experience? What do I want to feel? All of that stuff. And I recognize that if I do that traveling thing, I'm never going to be connected to any particular place or community or group of people. And I have to think to myself, that's not necessarily a bad thing. For me, anyway, I know some people want to have that connection. Some people want to
Right.
have that. I'm a member of this community, of this church, of this school, of this club.
Yeah.
I'm not, does that matter to me? Maybe not.
So,
Maybe that's because I'm curious.
a good way to do it is I tell people, if you're unsure, put it on a piece of paper. Just whatever random thoughts come into your mind, just put it down.
Right.
And then, step away from it and then step back and go, okay, what really jumps out at you? What is that one thing that motivates you, that makes you happy?
Right.
And then start crossing out the things you go, yeah, this sounds okay, or whatever. And look at your reaction to it. It's
Right.
okay. But it's like, oh, wow, this is really cool. I never thought of that before. Make a star by that or something. So
Right.
kind of narrow it down because we have these monkey minds. Everybody's got a monkey mind. I don't care who
Sure.
you are. you know?
Sure.
And it's that monkey mind that's, we fight ourselves. So when it's down in black and white, it's a statement. It's right there in front of you. And then make that decision of this feels good. This is really great. No, I'm going to get rid of that. So you narrow it down so you get a little bit more focused and then base your adventure on those things that you're attracted to. Give it a try. So you've gone for a week or you go for a
Right.
month, or
Right.
what,
Right.
you're free to go. You're free to roam.
I've mentioned on this podcast before, I've mentioned a coach and an author, Michael O'Neill.
Mhm.
I think he still has his own podcast. I'm pretty sure he does. And I'm rereading one of his books
Mhm.
because it's kind of similar to the things I've been going through about what the heck do I want in life. And
Sure.
he mentioned the same thing that you just talked about, which is to create that list and look at it and go, which one of these makes me go, oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Do more of
And
that or
even
follow
when you
that.
even when you said it, I could see it in your eyes, like, oh wow,
Oh,
it's
wow.
like your eyes just got bigger. So that's really important because if
Yes.
if it's in our mind, it's all over the place,
Right.
and it's like spaghetti, how do you take it all apart? But in black and white, right there in front of you, it's more solid. It's a statement.
One of the videos I saw on YouTube recently, in fact, just last night, was another coach who talked about the difference between the mind, the head and the heart.
Oh yeah.
And she said, when you're doing things from the head, your brain, your head needs reasons, needs arguments, needs
Hmm.
figure it out stuff. I could do
Yeah.
this. I could do this. Here's why this is good. Here's why this is bad. Here's why this works. Here's why this doesn't work. Your heart just knows.
Hmm.
Your head needs reasons. Your heart knows.
Yes.
So I feel that that's exactly what we've been talking about with the wow
Mhm.
factor. It's like
Yeah.
you see something and you go, oh, wow. That's your heart going, hey, hello, this is it.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay, like the garage side of the garage.
Like hitting the garage. Oh, tell me
Hitting the
more.
garage. Okay. What did it do? It got your attention. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. You just went through the garage. Well, you went through all, because you think of a wall, it's like a barrier.
Right.
So that's what your brain does. It brings up, well, you got this and you got this and you got that. And and it's like, oh my God, I'm going crazy. Where your heart goes, hey, this is right. Just go
Mm-hmm.
for it. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
what your dad was trying to tell you. Just go for it. Break down that wall and see what's behind there.
There you go.
What makes you happy? What floats your boat? As my father-in-law would say, but he passed away. But he would always say, what floats your boat?
Floats your boat.
And I used to laugh at it, but it's true. What floats your boat?
Right. Right.
Because is it locked up at the dock or is it floating and going somewhere? Right? And I think
Boats
that's
are,
what you
what is
did.
that? Yet another cliche. Boats are, what is that? Ships are safest in the harbor, but that's not what ships were made for.
They weren't made for that. They were made for adventures.
Sailing out there, being out. Right. We're
Seeing
we're
things,
just cliche
exploring.
city today. I know. So it's all good though. So, all right. So all good for Bill, I guess. Yes,
Yes,
all good for Bill.
for
Well, how
anyone
about
out there.
let's
anyone
yeah,
else?
I want to expand it a little bit in the time we have left to talk, because I mean, people might be listening to this going, okay, Bill, good for you. You can do all those things. But I got kids, I got dogs, I got a house, I got a spouse, I got a job, whatever,
True.
whatever.
Right, responsibilities.
Yeah, of various kinds. And I'm not saying I don't have responsibilities. I do, but
Oh, yes.
mine are different than other
Yes.
people's. And I understand that. And I'm okay with that. But for someone else listening who might have what they think is a different level of responsibility,
Right.
what can they, because we were talking about that, I think, before the break as well, that it's like, okay, been doing the same damn thing, the same way, the same, same bowl of cereal, same bus ride to work, same whatever for 20, 30, 40 years now, getting a little tired of it. Now what?
Yeah.
So what can other folks, because we're trying to be, offer some practical wisdom
Sure.
here. What else
Right.
can other folks do, or at least start to think about as they try to navigate this same dark night of the soul?
Right. Well, look
Change
at
is
what
coming,
makes, yeah, look at what makes you happy.
right?
And even, you're fortunate, you could go off for months. Sometimes it's just taking a day trip or
Right.
just, saying, you know what, today I'm not going to do anything and I'm just going to read a book or I'm going to take a walk. The little things that you do for yourself build up. It's like I always say, everybody's impressed with the beach. Oh my God, look at the beach. Well, you know what? The beach is built by teeny tiny little grains of sand that all collect.
Right.
So the little things that you're doing eventually collect up to the big things that you're going to do for yourself. And it's okay for you to say, you know what? I'm just going to take a day off and I'm just going to play, or I'm just going to, sit and read a book, or I'm going to go on this adventure. So even if you can't go off on the bigger adventures, you can do little things every day that make you happy. If you want to just read a book, put the kids in front of the TV set, go into another room and read a book for yourself. And books, take you on different adventures. So maybe if you can't like physically go there, well, mentally and emotionally, you can go to different places.
Sure.
But
Sure.
you've got to make time to make sure that you take care of yourself, because if we take care of everybody, we burn out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get, just frazzled or angry or, sad, whatever. So be okay and talk to your spouse or your partner and just say, you know what, I just need a day or two to just be with myself. And make that commitment of every week, what little thing can you do for yourself? Because it's going to add up like those grains of sand.
What does it add up to, in your opinion? I mean, if
To
I
me,
start doing that, what does it add up to? What, and maybe I'm too focused on the goal or the outcome or the final score, but what does it add up to?
bring it closer to home. How
Right.
does it make you feel that you're doing something that you want to do? That you're honoring yourself, you're recognizing yourself, you're loving yourself, you're respecting yourself. So when you do that and you feel good about yourself, that energy is going to go out, and it's going to go out to your family. It's going to go out to the people that you work with. You go into the grocery store, people are going to feel that. We have to love and respect ourselves first. And sometimes it's okay to just say, you know what? I'm doing nothing today. I just want to be with myself. Or take
Right.
a drive, take a walk. But you have to honor yourself, because we're so, programmed that we have to make sure that everybody else is happy. Well, you know what? It starts with us. So
Right.
we got to be happy in order to give that happiness out.
Right. I mean, we've used the analogy 1,000 times on this show, and we'll do it another 1,000, but it's the old airplane oxygen mask thing. You have to put yours on first before you can help anybody else.
Exactly. And even if it's a half hour, an hour, or you take a day trip by yourself, that is really going to make a difference in your life. And again, it goes back to loving and respecting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can give it to everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
it's important.
go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's important that we do something for ourselves every single day, that, to show that we love and appreciate ourselves, and honor ourselves. It's really important. And that all adds up. And
Yes.
your family's going to feel it, or your partner's going to feel it, or your spouse is going to feel it.
Your
Your
dog's
friends,
gonna feel it.
the dogs feel it. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you can learn a lot from your dogs,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
really. They are so in tune to everything.
Yes. It never ceases to amaze me. I mean, I watch more videos or on social media of all kinds, but you see, dogs that know when you're sick, know when you need, attention, amazing,
Oh,
amazing, amazing. So anyway,
extremely intuitive,
right.
extremely.
Well, they don't have the problem. They are without the extreme challenge that us humans have of worrying about the future and
Yes,
thinking about and ruminating on the past.
yes.
They live
Instead,
right now. They're in
yeah,
this moment.
they're in the moment.
Yeah.
and what makes them happy,
Right.
you know? And
Whatever
that's what,
they do it right now.
oh yeah,
They're
oh,
doing
they'll do it. And like I've got one who's very demanding, love them to death, but it's like, give me a break.
it. Right.
But there is so much to learn from watching animals because they know who they are, they know what they want, and they go for it.
Right.
You-
Right. Well, they don't know any other way. They don't know
Right.
any other way, which is amazing
This
when
is
you
this
think
is
about
them.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, what do you mean you're not worried about your job? What do you mean you're not worried about making dinner for the kids? What do you mean? I don't understand. No, the dog says, no, I don't understand. I don't have to. I'm just here. I'm just doing my thing. So, okay, so be more like your dog. So that's a good thing.
But if you're more like your dog,
Right.
you're going to be a better person for yourself, but you're going to be a better person for everyone else around you.
Right. And that, I mean, we want to, we talk about, again, that's something we also talk about a lot on this show, is that the things that you do for yourself spill over into the rest of your life
Yes.
as to how you treat people around you, the world around you, your community, your environment, your whatever it is.
Right.
That's important. I
That
feel
is important.
I feel it is. I feel like no matter
Yeah.
where I am, and that's part of the thing that I've been thinking about in terms of where do I want to be and how do I want to be?
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to be, do I want to be somewhere that I can be making some sort of contribution to a community, to a group, to a whatever? I'm not sure where I'm at on that spectrum, on that scale yet, but it feels like I would like somewhere where I can be at least a part of something. I mean, I think as humans, I think that's natural for us. Even though me as a single person who loves my independent bachelor pad of a lifestyle, I love that. But at the same time, I also like being with my friends when I go play pickleball 2-3 times a week, or when we do whatever we do, our little club meetings or group meetings. So I still like that. I'm not saying I'm a hermit.
No.
So again, my question is for myself. I'm just thinking out loud, is do I want to find a place where I can be that, where I can have that connection, that whatever? How important is that to me in when I start thinking in terms of, okay, the wanderlust is starting to kick in. Where do I want to go next? And okay, now that I know I want to go somewhere, what am I going to do when I get there?
Oh, so wherever you go, there you are.
There you are. Exactly. I mean,
Okay.
coming here to where I live now, my purpose, I mean, it's not like I had it all carved in stone, but it's like, okay, I want to get away from where I was. I want some room to breathe. I want some room to reach. All right, got it. Check. Done. Now I'm ready for the next adventure. I guess maybe that's what I'm feeling. I don't know.
And is that okay?
Yes. Yeah, it really is, because that's one of the things that I did sit with and that I did kind of, check mark on paper. It's like, okay, I have this, and I did have that moment of, is it okay? Am I running away from something? Am I trying to get some distance between me and life? No, I just like to travel and see different places.
So you have that spiritual wanderlust that you were talking about.
Right.
Very
Right.
spiritual, you're very practical, you're
Right.
very intelligent, you're one of the best people that I know. I've known you for, I don't know, forever.
Don't ask
Um,
too long.
But so, like I said
Thank you, by the way.
before, oh, you're welcome. So wherever you go, there you are.
Right.
Still
Right.
taking yourself. It's just you're feeling that little itch of maybe I just want to go on an adventure. Think of
Yes.
it as an adventure. It's not like you're gonna, if you find a place that you like, okay, well, if you're gonna move there, then move there. That's, that thankfully we have, here we are. I'm in Florida, you're in Florida and I'm in Georgia, and
Right.
we're talking to each other. So it's
Right.
still that connection. That's what technology has brought, the world's gotten a little smaller because of it.
Right.
So
Yes.
if you go for a month or if you go for a year, you're still connected to everybody. But I feel it's really important for you to go, if I'm feeling this, maybe I should act on it. See what happens.
Right.
So if you
Right.
go for a day or you go for a year, you took action on it. And you'll know. Until you do it, you're never going to know.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I think that's as good a place as any to kind of start to bring this thing to a close for the week, is that if you, whatever you feel you need, and again, I want to make it for all of our listeners, not just for yours truly, but if there's, make time for yourself, make space for, even if, like you said, even if it's just taking the day off where you go and read a book by yourself or something like that, that's okay.
Yep.
To give yourself an opportunity to breathe, to relax, to recharge a little bit, whatever. And maybe you get some ideas about when you do come back to whatever it is your routine is. Maybe you find some ways to do that better, differently, with more fun, with more adventure, whatever. I mean, I'm not, we can't tell you what you're going to get, what you're going to find along the way, but it's probably going to be worth it.
And to me, the saddest thing will be is we get to be old and we say, I wish.
Yeah. We didn't talk about that. We started to mention that, but that is so huge.
Yep, I wish.
And I'm going to write it down for another show, for another week, because that's, I'm not going to say it's a fear that I have, but it's like, I don't want to get to my, I'll use the word deathbed. I don't want to be there and then going, damn it, I wish I would have done X, Y, or Z. I don't, that to me sounds like hell on earth. Well, whatever. And that's another video that I saw, that it's like hell is that place where they show you all the things you could have done in your life.
Yes.
But you didn't. You were too afraid, too scared, too whatever, for whatever reason you didn't do it.
Yeah. Too busy taking care of everybody else and forgetting about yourself. And that's a biggie.
That is a biggie.
And that's one that needs to be, corrected immediately. Do what makes you feel good.
Right.
And if it makes you happy, go for it. If it doesn't, well, you gave it a try.
Right. Exactly. Okay, good. All right. Well, already we have like 2 or 3 more shows worth of things to talk about, and all those will show up as they always do. So good. Yes. Awesome. But for now, we're simply going to say thank you for joining us. And if you got some good information or a little bit of practical wisdom out of this, please feel free to leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. We're on all of them now: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, music. We're everywhere. We're like fungus. So we're pretty
in a good way.
In a good way. In a good way. We're everywhere. So, but again, you can also find us on Facebook. You can find The Practical Path Podcast. If you do a search on Facebook, The Practical Path Podcast, you'll find our page. And I promise I'm going to post some more stuff to that ASAP as well. So, but for now, that's going to do it. Go out, make it a great weekend, whatever that means for you. We appreciate you being with us for this hour. Check back with us next week, and we'll have yet another great show for you. So thanks for listening. I'm Bill Sklodowski.
Thank you again for joining us. I'm Vicki Wagoner, wishing you a great week.